everyone, today I'm gonna do a review on my Ryobi power washer 3100 PSI. This is the idle dial version. I have owned multiple power wash from Ryobi before, from 3000 PSI to some other version, but this is one of the versions that I like. Let me go through some of the advantages and disadvantages about this unit. So basically, this is 3100 PSI with the rating of 2.5 gallon per minute. So far, I do like the machine. Pretty good for residential purposes. Basically, you'll be able to do things around the house, washing your deck, power wash your porch, or washing your car, and any of cleaning around the house that you might need. But for the commercial wise, I'm not sure if that might be the best option for you. But for my purposes, this works perfectly. The good advantages in terms of this power wash is had the Honda engine on it, that's what I really like. Extremely reliable, easy to start. It starts up every single time with maybe one or two pull. Another advantage on this one that I like is also have an onboard soap tank, which is its convenience in case you need it. Other than that, it also have a little rubber band here that hold your hose in place, not like any other version where you wrap it around here and it's get loosened over time, right? And this one actually be able to collapse it down to make it more condensed or portable. So this is how it could be for mobility standpoint. So you might see a little different on my spraying gun or wand here. I just put a little M22 to a 3/4 inch adapter here, so that way if I want a shorter gun, I just take it off and just connect it directly to here, so that way I don't have to hold the longer one. The nice thing come with this one is the multi-head angle here. We don't have to switch it out every time, but when you want to change the angle, basically just twist the dials here and you're gonna get to the next nozzle that you would like to use. Some of the disadvantages that I discover is first off, it look a little bit bulky in the way compared to other version where it's more streamlined down, more storage purposes. It doesn't take a lot of space when you want to put in the corner and whatnot. Another disadvantage that it's kind of like really bother me is when the engine running, the entire unit shaking or vibrating. So if you doing the power washing, you leave it in one spot and it's gonna end up moving to a different spots all the time. And the vibrations, somewhat to me, it's a little bit extreme. Because definitely this is one of the model that have a lot of vibration compared to the rest of the Ryobi power wash versions. So when I crank it up, when it's idle down, the vibration is at kind of like low frequencies. But when you start using it, the engine rev up, the vibration, it might get a little bit extreme where you can see the whole unit shaking a little bit more, right? So that is one of the downside of this machine here. than that, the look of it is a little bit bulkier. But I think uh, for whom gonna be moving a lot, this might be a good point where all these bar in place is provide the protection to the engine, to the unit itself. For me, I'm not moving around. It basically just stored in my garage or so, and I move it in and out. So these protection purposes might not be for me, but for those that are normally gonna throw it in the back of the trunks or something like that, definitely that is a plus because nothing probably gonna hit the engines or the machine to cause some damages. Additionally, it is also worth to mention that the trigger on this one is pretty smooth. It is light, it's not stiff and hard like many others. So that's extremely easy to use. In my case, I like the way it feels, the way it's operating. It's give a really good feel when you hold it and use it. Some other people do experience the issue with idle down function, which is specified for this version of Power Wash. In my case, I do not experience the idle down problem, in which some of other people say they might not be able to start the engine, or the engine stall or die on its own. I do not have that issue on this machine. However, one of the things I realize is, since there's an idle down function, so when the trigger is being released, the engine go into the idle mode, and as soon as you trigger, you pull the trigger, what's gonna happen is the engine gonna spin up, and what it does is it kind of jerk the machine a little bit harder right at the moment, and it try to stabilize it out. So every time you pull the trigger, the engine gonna just whoop, and the whole thing just shake really hard for that one, maybe a quarter of a second, and then it stabilizes. Bottom line, in my opinion, this power washer definitely serves the purpose for home use, and I'm happy with the engine, I'm happy with the machine, I'm happy with the way it works, especially for the idle down functionality. Thank you for watching my video, and let me know how you think, if you experience anything different.